Jay, you think triadic relations of opposition don't exist?
Triad is 3. Opposition is 2.
Precisely.
So there's no opposition in a triad.
So within a triad, there cannot be individual relations of opposition.
There's relations of origin in our view.
No, not in your view. As a matter of nature, have you ever played paper, scissors, rock?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you understand that paper, scissors, rock is at heart triadic relations of opposition, which you just said don't exist?
The triad is not like paper, rock, scissors.
No.
That would be
it's an analogy.
Modalism.
No. No, you said that can't exist because 2 is indivisible within 3. Relations of opposition, we have, so as the Trinity, scissor, paper, rock, paper, these can exist. Filiality can exist with fatherhood. You said this to Christian Wagner. Do you care to amend your statement? It's a major logical error.
You think that relations of opposition
describe
is the same
persons.
thing as relations of origin. That's what I disagreed with.
You said there's a mathematical problem that 2 doesn't go into 3.
Because a dyad is not a triad.
But you understand that there can be relations of opposition within a triad. Speaking naturally.
There's not. Not in the divine triad, no.
No, well, explain why it's different in the divine. I just
because
demonstrated there is a triadic relation of opposition.
You just said it. You didn't demonstrate it.
I did. No, I demonstrated it.
No, you didn't.
Okay, so you're going to play the game
with
it.
You didn't demonstrate it.
So,
I'm not playing any games.
paper, scissors, rocks doesn't exist.
That's not the triad.
That is a triad. That's 3. That's
not what a triad is.
How many positions are there within paper, scissors, rocks?
You think
3.
a triad is just 3? That's not what a triad is.
And how many opposition relations are there?
That's not what the triad is.
So
you have a different triadology, and that's why this doesn't work.
Explain why it's different. In the Trinity,
because
it works perfectly.
Because you say that, but you don't know our position. Relations.
I'm asking within the position of the Trinity, not your position.
Shut up and let me answer your question.
I'm asking your position.
Relations of origin is our position, not relation of opposition.
See, this is just equivocation. Wait, no, I've heard enough. That's equivocation on a term.
Equivocation.
You said that
the orthodox position is equivocation.
I'll quote you.
You're not even familiar with our position.
I'll quote you.
You should have read our
Christian
position.
Wagner. I'm talking to one dude. Triadic relations of opposition cannot exist because 2 doesn't go into 3.
That's not what I said. I said a dyad is what opposition is. I didn't say 2 doesn't go into 3.
That's contrariety. You're mistaking contrariety and opposition.
You don't know.
You can have opposition within a relation of opposition.
You don't know how patristic.
So you haven't played
patristic number theory is not your specialty.
The way
you don't know what a dyad is.
The way that
Maximus argues for a dyad.
Yeah, I was going to say he's asking you to cut your response. He wants to continue on with his questioning.
Yeah.
No, he just wants a
within
gotcha.
a triad.
He doesn't want an actual
within
answer.
a triad. You can have oppositions, and it doesn't contradict the triad. I showed that.
The Trinity is not a created. No, you didn't show that. You just said it.
It's an analogy.
Well, how do you know? How do you know it matches up to the triad? You don't.
No, I didn't say it matches up to the triad. You're not cross-examining.
Then your analogy doesn't work.
I thought we. Yeah, it does.
That's the thing.
It works perfectly. Filiality, and fatherhood. Those are opposed within a Trinity. You're saying they're not opposed?
That's not what relations of opposition.
Okay, forget my analogy.
Compared to
I want to press on
relations
this.
of origin.
This is the most important distinction within the entire Filioque. Wait, hold on. So you're saying that filiation and fatherhood are not opposed in the traditional ways of a couple.
Will you let me answer this?
Please. Are they opposed?
There are relations.
Are they opposed?
Let me finish. We do not believe in cashing out who the persons are by relations of opposition because it's relative.
So filiation and fatherhood are not opposed.
Because it's relative.
Yeah, because
because
there's the third party, they're not opposed.
You can talk about relations in the triad, but they don't ground the persons. That's Losky's critique of this. You could have just read the things I sent you, and then you want to be asking me questions. No. Because you didn't read anything I sent you.
I asked you very specifically, can there be
an
oppositional relation?
You don't understand the terms that I'm telling you from our
what you
paradigm.
don't understand is the way that dichotomies work. There's
no dichotomies in the Trinity.
All I was showing mathematically is that we can conceive of a triad that has 3 parts and 3 relations that are all dyadic.
But there's no
that
parts.
are all,
there's no parts in the
See,
Trinity.
you got that
That's
wrong.
why it doesn't work.
It's just wrong.
There's parts in the Trinity.
It doesn't work.
There's parts in the Trinity? No, there's not.
Of course not.
Right. So that's why it doesn't work.
But there are relations of opposition.
No, there's not.
Yeah.
There's relations of origin.
Well,
why don't you just understand our position before trying to trap me on your position? I don't hold to your position.
Is there a single Eastern thinker between Photius and Blackheart? Okay, so we got that. So there can be relations of opposition between some trinities.
I never granted any of this.
Is there a single Eastern thinker between Photius and Blackernay who embraces the eternal procession, or are they all just believers in economic procession for those 400 years? Can you name a single thinker between 800 and 1250 who says that there is an eternal procession from the Son to the Holy Spirit?
Energetic procession is taught in the Tomos against John Beckos. It's in our council.
Okay, wait. So
you think you don't know what our councils teach?
I'm asking you,
right? But
so
you said, is there a single person, and you're not aware of it? You're not aware of the Tomos against John Beckos.
Oh, you guys have 30 seconds on an extension.
So can you explain to me what that is?
It's a document from the Palamite synods.
In
the
what
Tomos
year?
Against John Beckos.
Palamite synods, what year?
They're in the 1300s.
Okay, no, I said
There's
between 800 and 1250. I picked the dates for a specific reason.
What if
because it's very important to my case. The Catholic case is that between Photius and Ceriolarius, they completely botched the understanding of what Filioque is, and then for the next 450 years, they reduced all the relations between the Son and the Holy Spirit to economic ones. And then when they came back around the time of the council you're citing, that they came back and parsed language. It's eternal, but it's not hypostatic.
It's a stupid argument because I showed you from Szyszynski that he says Basil talks about eternal manifestation. The very quote that you gave from Nyssa about the movement of the energies, you didn't even know that it's energetic procession. So you read things and you quote things, no idea what the context is, or that it's actually disproving you.
Not true. You're begging the question.
Were you begging the question?
Yeah. Energetic procession. What does that even mean?
You cited Nyssa. Every operation moves from the Father through the Son and then the Spirit.
Precisely.
What do you think operation is there?
What do you mean? What is operation?
What's the word?
What is? Well,
what's the word in the Greek?
It means hypostatic.
What's the word for operation?
You're begging
in the
the
Greek
question
there?
because
you don't know.
You're begging the question
I'm begging
because
the question.
Yeah.
What's the word for
energetic
the Greek?
procession?
What's the word in the Greek?
Is what you use to avoid saying that it moves through the person of the
Nyssa,
Son.
You goober.
Yeah,
What's the word?
No. What are you talking about?
What is the word in the Greek for operation there?
I don't know. Energeia.
It's energeia.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
So the movement of the energies in your quote.
But except energeia has 3 definitions that are susceptible of meaning there. You would. This is what I warned people about at the very beginning.
You didn't even know your own quotes.
Energeia. Yeah, I did.
You don't.
I
read
said
the
energeia.
No, you don't.
Which can mean either operation. It can mean action. It can mean work. It can mean product.
You just admitted you didn't know what the word was.
No,
there.
what I said is that the
Filioque
requires. So if it's energetic,
all right, we're going to move on.
If it's a work,
you didn't know. We're moving on.
Wait.
All right, we're moving on.
How does that show that it's not hypostatic?
That has nothing to do with the fact that you misunderstood the quote.
No, I didn't misunderstand it at all. I didn't misunderstand it at all.
The quote is about energetic procession. You didn't know that because you didn't know what word it was.
Did. Yes, I did. I said it before you did.
You just lied because you said a minute ago you didn't know what it was.
I don't know. Energeia. But the point is,
you didn't know.
You're begging the question.
Did you know?
As to
did you know? Why are you
persons
lying?
versus
Why do
energies.
you have to lie?
The
question isn't you're changing the subject because you just got caught lying.
I didn't get caught lying. I said
now
energeia
lying
before
again.
you did.
You said, I don't
why
know.
does it matter so
is
much?
It energeia?
Here's how Jay proves that energetic procession is the term.
Yeah, okay, I was going to say, look, we're going in circles right now, and we're going to have to agree to disagree. We'll move on to the next section.
You said if one,
you have 3 minutes.
If one cannot spirate, they're less. Does the Spirit produce a person?
It's ridiculous.
I don't care if you think it's ridiculous. Answer it.
Repeat the question.
You said if one cannot spirate, they're less. Talking about the Son, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I was talking about all 3 persons.
Oh, so the Spirit spirates?
Yeah, passively.
The Spirit spirates?
The Spirit spirates passively.
Well, who does he produce?
Who does he produce? He spirates passively. You've never heard the distinction?
No. Who does the Spirit produce?
The Spirit produces passively. Yeah, himself.
The Spirit
active.
The Spirit produces himself.
Have you never heard the distinction between active and passive spiration?
So is the is the essence the source?
All you do is you come in here and you say,
here we go.
According to my theology, it's this.
No, I'm asking
according to Catholic theology, our theology is passive spiration of the Spirit.
Right, you got to answer the question.
Passive spiration.
We're not going to run the clock.
Who the Holy Spirit precedes?
He spirates passively, which means
himself?
It's done to him. Yes, he receives it. Active versus passive. So yes, he himself is spirated. We call that active spiration. Did you even know that?
No, it's the Son.
Are you familiar?
Are you familiar with who the Holy Spirit? You're saying the Holy Spirit produces himself.
No, I said
that's
the Holy
what you
Spirit
just said.
Receives spiration from, and this is called passive spiration.
Who does he spirate?
He doesn't actively spirate.
Who does he spirate? You said he has to spirate to have the same power.
You're just playing games
no,
with the distinction.
No, you got caught again because you don't know the basics.
Father, Son actively spirate. You think it's the Father only.
Said,
in Roman Catholic theology,
don't tell me what I think.
The Holy Spirit,
he's not answering the question. He's claimed that the Holy Spirit.
I'm just telling you how our theology has it.
You're just talking.
And you're insisting on.
Because I've got you on this.
You have not.
You said that if you don't produce a person, you're subordinate. Who does the Holy Spirit produce?
No, I said spirate. You have to spirate.
If you don't have,
back up the record,
does the
Jay.
Son have the same power as the Father?
Yes.
Does the Spirit have that power?
The Spirit has a different power.
Which is to what?
It's distinguishable.
To produce who?
No, it's a passive spiration.
To produce who?
Which is not the same thing as actively producing.
So he doesn't.
I thought the language would be clear.
So the Spirit's not a cause.
You've never heard this distinction in Roman Catholic theology?
Is the Spirit a cause?
Have you ever heard this distinction in Roman Catholic theology?
He won't answer the questions because he doesn't know.
Is the Spirit a cause of what?
Is the Spirit a cause?
Is the Spirit a cause
do
of what?
you want me to add another 30 seconds on the clock to get an answer, or do you want to end the question?
No,
and
I want
ask
to add
one?
it.
All right.
Is the Holy Spirit also a cause?
He is the cause insofar as he's passively spirated.
Of who or what?
Of who or what?
Exactly. He just lost.
No, didn't
of who, you asked me my question.
Do you know our theology? Had you ever heard the distinction?
You're here to tell me what your theology is.
No.
You're not. Okay.
Every time I ask you, say, do you know our theology? Do you know our theology?
No answers.
No, you don't.
No answers.
You claim you were Catholic.
You subordinated the Holy Spirit. You're just making it ad hom.
No.
Ad homs.
And
who does the Holy Spirit produce?
By the way, the reason...
So he won't answer.
No, you opened up
Who does the Holy Spirit produce?
You opened up by saying...
Why won't you answer?
No, you just said...
Who? Yeah. Exactly.
I said
you're silent.
Our term is passive spiration. No, you won't. You won't accept that people have different terminological bases for making the claim that we don't accept subordinationism.
I know you don't accept it, but I'm telling you how you have it.
Orthodox say it's subordinationism if it's the Son and the Spirit together. All you're doing is insisting on your upside down triangle.
You have no answer. You just sat there in silence.
I said
your answer isn't answering my question. You're just
Father
yapping.
and Son. No, I'm not.
You said the Holy Spirit
Father, Son.
Who does the Holy Spirit produce?
Holy Spirit produces.
Who?
He passively spirates.
Who?
Who what? It's
who does he spirate?
Do you understand the difference between an active verb and a passive verb?
He is the cause of who?
Do you understand the difference between an active verb and a passive verb?
Answer it for me. Who's he the cause
of?
An
active verb is transitive.
Who is the Spirit the cause of?
Do you not understand?
You called him a cause.
He's not transitive.
You called him a cause.
Do you understand transitivity?
You're not going to answer. He won't answer.
He's a passive cause. I gave
the
answer.
Of
According to Roman Catholic theology, he is a passive.
Of who?
Because we're over on time, let's do this. Here's I want to leave it with two questions. He's asking you a question.
Nothing.
And you ask him what he means. Ask the question clearly, and I want to hear just a simple answer, and we'll leave it at that. What is the question? Repeat it. What is the one question?
The cause of who?
Go ahead.
What is the cause of who?
Exactly.
So we're answering questions.
I'm asking, can you reframe the question?
We're asking questions to questions, which, to be fair, I feel like...
He said, of who?
As the moderator, you know that's bullshit.
I'm saying it's the point to where I feel like we've gone in a complete circle. I'm going to say completely unbiased here and say we can't come to a conclusion when we're asking questions to questions, so we will just leave it there. We will move here.
Can I make a response?
Yeah, you can make a response or ask one question, but it's got to be a simple, to the point, not a paragraph, just... What's the statement?
So in Roman Catholic theology, we say active spiration by the Father and the Son, passive spiration by the Spirit. Passive means that one is not acting, but is acted upon. It is a passive potency.
I asked you if he's a cause, and you said he was.
No.
Yes, you did.
There's one sole cause. Are you talking arche? I thought you were talking
one
arche.
Sole cause is the... I just asked. You said...
Yeah, I don't know. You're spitting out sentence fragments. I didn't know
the term.
I sincerely didn't know what you...
You used the term that the Spirit's a cause.
The Spirit is a passive spirator.
Of who?
And I said, this doesn't make sense in the context of active and passive.
So he doesn't have... He's not a cause. Is he
so
a cause?
You're making it like there's a flaw. There's not. This is just how we explain...
Is he a cause or not?
This is how we explain
so he won't
the
answer.
monarchia.
You don't explain it.
And John chapter 16.
You're dodging the basic question.
I'm not dodging.
You said 20 things contradicting
I'm not dodging,
yourself.
Jay. All I'm seeking to do is exegete John 16.
I asked you
the
if he's
fact
a cause.
that
You said he was.
Jesus says
said
everything
he's a
the Father
cause.
has, I have as well. And you said,
Except
well,
the causality.
but isn't that subordinationism?
Except the causality.
You're trying to drive the position into subordinationism, and I'm saying, no, there's such a thing as passive spiration.
I understand you're saying that, but
Well,
you
I'm
said
showing
he's
it.
a cause.
Well, I'm going to jump
You
in
didn't
and
show
say-
anything. You just
I'm gonna
said
say,
it.
are
No,
you
that's our
satisfied?
view.
Are you
That's
Jay,
our view.
Are you satisfied with that answer? Do you feel like he answered?
No,
in
he's
a,
not
in an
answering.
absolute
He's
way?
dodging. But I'm ready
Okay,
to
and
move
do you
on.
believe that you're answering, or do you think that do you agree with him that you're dodging?
I'm answering on behalf of Roman Catholic theology that we
Yeah,
have.
but are you dodging? Because you're dodging my question. Do you think you dodged him, or do you think you gave an absolute answer?
I gave an absolute answer.
What was your absolute
Do you
answer?
understand?
What is your absolute answer? I just want to know for the
My
audience.
absolute answer is when we say active spiration, we mean that the Father causes the Holy Spirit through the hypostases of the Son, the hypostasis of the Son. These are active because the Son aids. The view of John Damascene is literally source, Father, river, Son, lake, Spirit. So he's saying, well, what does the Spirit do? I'm saying, well, in Roman Catholic theology, which is perfectly, Filioque is perfectly square with this analogy, that we would say that that is what's called a passive spiration. He receives it, and it's a difficult
The
concept.
question, as he was asked many times, was when you said that the Spirit is a cause, which you affirmed multiple times. I asked you cause of who or what, and you had no answer.
No, I didn't have no answer. I was saying that the Spirit is caused, and this is This
you
is
said
why
he
you
was a
you
cause.
say it's subordination.
You said he's a cause.
I said he's a passive spirator.
Of who or what?
So he's
you
making
said
a
he's a
statement.
spirator of who or what?
Does the passive voice as a verb have? Does it mean cause, or does it assert a cause
You
has been
said
done?
He's a cause.
It's grammatical.
You said he's a cause. You
All right,
liar.
I feel like we're arguing
Nope,
semantics.
nope, nope.
Right? I feel like this is semantics because you're saying one thing, he's saying another, and I feel like we're not getting nowhere.
I'm just
in this-
giving
in
the
this
J answer.
Let's just
According to
move on.
our theology,
Yeah.
the Holy Spirit is a passive spirator. That's the best
who or
answer
what?
that can be.
Of who or what?
The Holy
Of
Spirit
himself?
receives spiration from God through the Son, and he receives it.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Generation produces the Son, right?
Yes.
All right.
Generation produces
so
the
let,
Son.
So let me go to this because of the statements here. We're not going to go very long on the closing. I want to give it's basically like we'll basically call it a second rebuttal, but a closing because there's a miscommunication or an intentional dodging. But I am going to stay completely unbiased in the moderation. Say I'll leave the chat up. I want to know from you guys in the chat. We'll switch it up. The ones in the chat, if you think that Timothy answered the question and that he answered it according to what he said. Twos in the chat if you think he's lying / dodging. I guess you could use different words depending on what you think and agree with Jay. And someone's like, I've seen the chat of you accusing me of agreeing with both of them. I'm neither Orthodox nor Catholic, so you guys can all hate me because I'm neither, and I don't have a.
I
a
just
slant
articulated what the
towards-
view is.
Yeah, so I just want to know
articulated what our
people
view
think,
is.
Which is not an
whether
answer
you were
to the
correct
question.
or
So
you were
good job.
correct.
You've given that answer 4 times in active.
All right, so let me go to this. I'm going
You said
to
that's
Jay.
our
I don't think you
theology.
know what spiration means because you said he's a cause.
Spirit?
He's a cause.
You
You said that.
If I said that when you're sputtering out sentence fragments in the cross X, I never said that. I never intended to say the Spirit's a cause.
Is that why you got silent and had to think about how to talk your way out of it?
I got silent because I'm trying to talk over
Because
being
you don't know the
interrupted.
answer.
No, that's not true.
The Holy Spirit doesn't have the power of the Son, right? To cause?
No.
So he's subordinated. So he's lacking a power.
No.
Oh.
We say he's not subordinated because
I
he
know
is
you
a passive
But he
spirator.
doesn't produce a person, right?
On your view, is the
don't
Son
ask me
subordinate
my
to the
view.
Father?
There is subordination in the Trinity. Yeah. Role subordination, not ontological subordination. That's called monarchia.
Yeah. Except,
yeah.
no, that's not true. You're picking who's subordinated, either the Holy Spirit
you just
or the
don't
Son
know.
together.
No.
No, that's a logical entailment.
Does Jesus say that he worships the Father and he does the Father's will? There's a role of subordination. Role.
No.
No.
So
so you don't know basic
He says
Johannine
all
Christology.
that the Father has is mine as well.
Does he say he obeys the
let
Father?
me come here. Let me come here and ask you a question because from somebody who's not as well versed in the nuances of this debate between Catholics and Orthodox, it would just in a structural sense seem like perhaps you're avoiding answering something directly to avoid being seen as crazy or to like not be seen as insane. Kind of like if somebody asks someone like, "Oh, are you a good question like, are you a white supremacist or something?" And it's sort of like a question. If you answer it you're kind of screwed either way. If you say no, people are gonna get mad at you because you don't like your race. If you say yes, they're gonna call you an extremist and try to disqualify you. So it comes across like there's a little bit of that moving around.
I don't think you understood that at all. He's saying I'm lying because
no, he's saying
he
you're
spits
lying.
out questions.
I'm saying. To me, I'm getting the dancing. I'm not saying that's lying. I'm thinking that like maybe there's a more direct way you want to answer it that you're not saying. He's saying I don't know what he's saying you're lying about because I don't understand
because he keeps
nuances
changing
of
what he's saying.
orthodox.
He changed it 3 times.
And I don't know
I
if
haven't changed
you
it
are
once.
telling the
You
truth,
spit out
but I want to
questions
know.
to me. What are you talking about?
I
Spitting out
haven't
questions?
said
it's
it
called
once.
cross-examination. You spit out
in a
questions.
cross-examination, though, you're harassing the witness. When I said,
You
"Here's
did
our
that to
view:
me.
2 active spirators, 1 passive spirator," you're like, "Well, what is that?" I was like, "That's our theology." And then you're like, "That's a dodge." That's not a
Wait,
dodge.
2 active spirators?
We have the Father, the Son,
I thought the Father generated, not spirated, the Spirit. Wait, the Father generates, right?
The
And
Son.
he spirates, right?
Yeah. What I was trying to get out is the passivity of the Spirit. And then you said that's a cause. I said that's not a cause.
So how many causes are there?
I think there's one.
And that's who?
The Father.
Okay, but he gives causality to the Son, right?
He gives the ability through the Son.
So how many causes is that?
It's one.
But he gives it to the Son?
Yes, this is hypostatic. This is
What does
hypostatic.
What does the Son contribute that the Father doesn't to the spiration?
Well, I mean, are we just going on extra cross examination?
Oh, so he doesn't want to answer it.
I know.
So no, I just
don't
said
wanna
that we
answer
could
it.
take the conclusion as a little extension to see where if you guys could further explain your position. Only because as someone who's trying
He
to
doesn't
understand your
want
position,
to. Well, let's just move
No,
on.
go
to the
ahead.
papacy.
Go ahead with it.
as trying to understand the position, I'm thinking about the audience. And if you were, let's say, a prot sitting here and you're not familiar with the consequential dogma from Catholics or from Orthodox, I'm sitting here like trying to actually understand what you're saying. And I'm not accusing you of lying. I'm actually accusing you of doing nothing. But I'm saying to me, I'm like, okay, I wouldn't know if you were jumping around from what he's saying. Or
Do you
trying
understand
to
the
stop.
Orthodox view of the Trinity from what he said?
That's a good question. So let's do a quick.
Well, because if you're being objective
Why don't we
here,
just
No.
do-
I'm
let's just do
saying
closing
he's saying you're
statements.
lying something. I wouldn't know if you're lying, right? I wouldn't know if you're dodging him
No,
or
no,
if you're,
I'm
if you're
saying-
lying. I wouldn't know.
I'm
He
not
said- he said
saying
he
he's-
lied.
I'm not saying he's lying about the Catholic position.
Okay.
I know that he's representing the Catholic position. I'm saying that in the course of that discourse, he's lying about what he previously said, saying, "No, I never said that," when he did say that.
The cause part.
Yes.
Okay, because that's what I thought. Okay, then I got confused. I thought he was saying that you were not
if
representing
I said
your side
cause,
correctly.
it was unintentional. And if you said, "Is it a cause?" and I said, "Yeah, yeah." So half the time
okay.
I'm brushing you off. That's not that's what
Okay.
this was all about. I was saying
There's a
the Roman
misunderstanding
Catholic
here.
point of view. Well, it's not a misunderstanding. The Roman Catholic point of view. I said all along we have these two. I mean, it's an upside down triangle, and all I was saying is it's subordination. He's accusing us of subordination just because I cited John chapter 16, where
That's not
Jesus
the
says,
argument.
"All the Father has, I have as well." And he's saying, well, then he cannot, the essence, the divine essence cannot come to the Holy Spirit through the Son.
That's not what I said. You don't even understand the argument. I'm making a very clear argument. You're intentionally,
seems to be
you're
the
intentionally
argument.
not understanding
Yeah.
it because it's basic and Photius is basic.
It's very simple
Have you
stuff.
actually read? Have you read?
It's very
Mystagogy?
simple
All right.
stuff.
Did you read the Mystagogy?
It's
All
very
right,
simple
we're
stuff.
gonna cut that
So you won't
there.
answer. He's not gonna
No,
answer
we're
the
gonna cut that there.
question.
And by the way, to the people saying, I'm trying to understand because if you don't know, I'm just saying it in a very basic sense.